Thank you so much for joining us today. Resilience defined is the ability to become strong, healthy, and successful again after something bad happens. As we stand here today, we're in the midst of that bad. Our health, businesses, indeed our livelihoods and way of life are at risk because we face this unprecedented pandemic. You hear a lot that we're all in this together, and I want you to know that I'm most definitely going through this with you. I have spent sleepless nights, as many of you have, trying to manage our new normal and figure out how we can keep the doors to our small business open, how we can continue to pay our 150 employees and serve our thousands of patients. I worry as a mother about my 3 young children who are expected to keep up on their schoolwork without teachers, without friends, sports, or the usual distractions of childhood. And let me just tell you, that one is going remarkably well in my home. I'm telling you that I spend most of my days ordering Uber Eats for my kids, telling them again and again and again that they can't have friends over, and demanding that they do some semblance of schoolwork. And now that I've said that, not all that much has changed in that part of my life. But this crisis has brought with it a whirlwind of emotions. On Thursday night, I cried with Phil Pace and other small business owners who called me. They're all facing the same realities. We as Americans, as San Diegans, have put our trust and our faith in the medical community, and we are sacrificing a lot to follow their advice. We have done this before during times of war, the Great Depression, and 9/11. In each of those difficult times, we came through stronger and more resilient than ever before. I have always said that San Diego is blessed with a community of donors, philanthropists, small businesses, and nonprofits, and through all of that, no shortage of care. Ronald Reagan once quipped, the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." Today, I wanted to bring together our restaurants, small businesses, chambers, and yes, even the government, to talk about what we can all do to support each other during this difficult time. As I pass the mic to Supervisor Desmond, I want to reiterate that I'm available to listen, strategize, vent, and even cry with you. We will all get through this, and we will demonstrate the best of humanity while we do it, and we will emerge strong, healthy, successful, and more resilient than ever before. Supervisor Desmond.
Well, thank you, Supervisor Gaspar, and for pulling this press conference here together today. In the last 2 weeks, we have seen unprecedented uncertainty across the country and our county. And while we're still in the midst of this coronavirus storm, we must plan for the best out of a bad experience. We need to plan for the road to recovery, for the many restaurants and businesses that have been affected by the coronavirus. So as you look around here today, there are many business leaders and business owners, political leaders, and we're all here looking not only to combat the virus, but to move forward and get beyond this crisis. We must not only fight the spread of the virus, but we must also have a plan to get the economy back to thriving. And we need to do our part as county leaders to ensure we help the restaurant industry and small businesses that have all been negatively impacted here throughout San Diego County. This is why I teamed up with Supervisor Gaspar on the for a board letter to defer all environmental health permitting fees for the next 6 months for San Diego businesses. We also want to be asking for that all of our county departments to take a look at the local regulations and clear all possible barriers for businesses to reopen. And when this health order is lifted, we must quickly get people back to work, our businesses open, and our economy back to thriving. And now I want to introduce San Diego City Council member Chris Cate.
Thank you, Supervisor Desmond, and thank you, Supervisor Gaspar, for inviting me here to be part of this press conference. Last week, I joined Mayor Kevin Faulkner and the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce to unveil an economic relief package of approximately $4 million that reduces fees, provides certainty, and offers support to local employers affected by this global pandemic. As chair of the city's Economic Development Committee and a former small business owner, I feel that it is imperative that we as a city take a holistic approach to ensure there is minimal impact to our regional economy. The City of San Diego's relief package includes three things: a tax certificate deferral program, which will help ensure business owners are not penalized for late renewal submissions for up to 120 days. The program also includes a one-year forgiveness period for business tax certificate penalties and surcharges when reestablishing delinquent accounts. There's also a commercial utility deferral program, which immediately helps business owners by suspending water billing fees, removing penalties for late payments, and ensuring there are no commercial account shutoffs. This mirrors the relief provided to families that are struggling to make payments to keep current during these uncertain times. And lastly, there's an extension of all business permits, which is proposed to extend for at least 180 days and can be extended upon further review. Usually these types of discretionary items would be automatically closed after 90 days of inactivity, but this change will not only allow for them to be open longer, but the city will be working with customers on a case-by-case basis. This package is without a doubt a step in the right direction. It protects both employees and employers, not only today, but tomorrow and the days to come. And for more information, we're asking business owners to visit sandiego.gov, where you'll find a quick link there. And we will continue to work to ensure our businesses have the tools they need to remain resilient during this period of uncertainty. And with that, I would like to welcome Jeff Rossman with the California Restaurant Association.
Thank you, Councilman Kate. Thank you to Supervisor Gaspar and Desmond for helping to support our local businesses. I am the president of the local chapter for the California Restaurant Association. I'm also the president and CEO of the Terra Hospitality Group. We operate Terra Restaurant out by San Diego State, Buns Burger Joint in Mission Valley, as well as Shalom Kosher Catering and Terra Catering, and the catering businesses, as you probably are aware, are gone. San Diego is a hospitality and service industry, as we all know. We're extremely high in tourism, and our businesses, our restaurants, this happens so fast we don't even know how many restaurants have closed. We're estimating about 60% of all of our restaurants have closed, and you can imagine how many thousands and thousands of employees have been affected. We're doing everything possible at our restaurants to stay open. There's a list, and I'm going to mention that website shortly, but there's many lists out there that I'm sure all of you are aware of, restaurants and what they're doing, how you can help support. At my restaurant, we're doing takeout and delivery, so please make sure that not only you're going to the grocery stores and depleting all of the groceries, getting all of the meats and everything, the breads. I mean, it's crazy out there, right? So do your part, order Uber Eats, Grubhub, Postmates, DoorDash, whatever you can. This is a crazy time. Our restaurant, we employed our webmaster to do an online ordering portal, which is our new normal now. We changed our sit-down restaurant to a takeout delivery restaurant. We're doing cook-at-home pizza and cookie kits. We're coming up with, as you all are aware, maybe you're not, the Alcohol Beverage Control of California now allowed for takeout draft beer and cocktails. So that's to help stimulate sales tax revenue as well as revenue for us as restaurants. So we're doing packages, things like that. So San Diego RestaurantWeek.com. CRA San Diego County puts on the Restaurant Week. A lot of folks are aware of San Diego Restaurant Week, so visit San Diego RestaurantWeek.com. That'll have all the restaurants, how you can support. You can buy gift cards, Christmas in March, Christmas in April. Buy your gift cards now. And use those for presents in December. We are going to come out of this, but please help out your restaurants. You're going to hear a little bit more from our next speaker. But I was talking to Phil Pace out here, and really our minds are numb. Trying to figure out how to do this in the restaurant business, it's hard enough as it is. This is a crazy time, so please make sure you go out and support your restaurants. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Phil Pace.
Thank you, Jeff. Good morning to everyone. just a little bit of a warning. I have a hard time doing this kind of stuff because I really enjoy the business that I'm in and the family that I've created. You know, is when I heard from the governor that said, you know, we need to stop the dining in, I said to myself, what are we going to do? First thing that came to mind is I have to take care of my employees. And the first thing that we thought of is that we'll take care of their health insurance. You know, I came up with an analogy as I was letting employees go, that imagine the drain that is in your bathtub and the cash is just circling down. And I says, if we can keep that hole small, we can afford to be able to pay your health insurance, continue to serve to-go food, and also continue to be ready and prepared when this pandemic is over to reopen our restaurants. My main concern is to get my employees back to work. And it's been very tough thinking of all the things that we could do. And as Jeff said, my mind is basically numb. Being in the restaurant business, you have to have answers all the time. And they've got to be quick and swift. And it's in these tough times that we're dealing with right now, and a little bit of the hysteria, we wonder, are we doing the right thing? Are we able to serve people safely? We've had people comment, good and bad, mostly good, because people want to come out and feed themselves. We've all been to the grocery stores. They're empty. It's tough. First in our life, in our generation, and many generations before, and generations to come, that hopefully we will never, ever see this kind of thing ever happen again. And hopefully we can be able to restart, and that's the key. The key is to restart our businesses. That is the thing we need to work forward to. Our president said the other day, you know, we can't have a cure to be worse than the problem. And that's what I'm looking forward to keep from happening. So it's about all I can tell you right now, and I love what we do, and I love my employees, and it's all about taking care of them now until we're ready to move on, because I can't open without them. None of us can. And the last thing I wanted to say too there, hopefully I will not lose friends in this business, because it's going to be tough to reopen. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce Daniel Fitzgerald from the Associational Regional Director of San Diego and the Imperial SBDC Network. Oh, I'm sorry. They changed the lineup on it. Deborah Rosman, President CEO of the North San Diego Business Chamber.
Thank you, Phil. As a regional chamber of commerce, it's really imperative upon us to build vibrant communities through stronger commerce. And today, both the communities and commerce is impacted. A lot of people are losing jobs. A lot of companies are closed. While my team is still in place, we are calling every single business to make sure that they are okay and find out what resources they need. As a regional chamber, we have updated our resource page on the website for not just business, but for employees. There's several organizations that are there to assist. We're all here to help. But on our website, you're going to find organizations such as United Way. They assist with utilities and housing payments. The San Diego Blood Bank needs donations. The Families First Act was just enacted, and Supervisor Kristen Gaspar has briefed that, and it is on our website as well. One thing I haven't heard many people talk about is business and insurance. We have a podcast on our website that talks about business and insurance. The Small Business Administration has a disaster loan assistance program. Unemployment, there's unemployment resources, but if you go to our website, sdbusinesschamber.com, sdbusinesschamber.com, there are resources for both employees and for employers. We update that daily, and I believe that it was just updated again this morning. In closing, I just want to say we too have been on the phone with our members, and we've cried with them, we've talked to them, we've cheered them on. Some of them are hiring, some of them are laying off. At the end of the day, we need to stick together, and please, everybody, stay home, because it's ridiculous that people are out there living life as normal, and until everybody stays home and takes it serious, we're not going to go back to work, and we're not going to get back to the new normal. Thank you, Supervisor Desmond and Gaspar, for including me. I would now like to introduce Jim Flores, CEO and President of the San Diego Food Bank.
Thank you. So our main message is the San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter is open for business. Our programs will continue during this crisis. There is enough food. The good news, I guess, is that before the crisis, we estimated about 1 in 7 people, about 450,000 people in San Diego County were termed food insecure. San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter was already feeding 350,000 people every single month. So the infrastructure is there, the distribution model is there, the supply chain is there. It's just really on us to make sure we have enough food and enough infrastructure to get that food out into the community. We have 200 distribution sites. Those will remain open. We have a network of 500 nonprofit organizations with feeding programs. They will be staying open. In the last 4 days, the San Diego Food Bank has distributed 400,000 pounds of food alone just to our nonprofit partners. Since the March 12th state of emergency, we've already conducted 275 distributions. For those people who need food, we asked them to call 866-350-FOOD, 866-350-FOOD, or log on to sandiegofoodbank.org. Just this coming week, we will have over 100 food distributions in San Diego County to make sure people get the food they need. For our senior community, we have 65 distribution sites just for seniors. They will remain open. And this coming week, the San Diego Food Bank will conduct more than 100 distributions throughout the region. We need volunteers. Volunteers are a key part of our supply chain. We've gone through all kinds of measures to make sure we have social distancing, hand washing stations, sanitizer. Those volunteers are an integral part of our supply chain. The San Diego Food Bank, our distribution model, our distribution sites, our distribution partners, and our volunteers are exempt from the executive order. We need volunteers and we need cash contributions because we are purchasing a lot of food. Our lines are longer. Literally, we are feeding tens of thousands of more people every single day. We've taken measures for our distributions. We're going to touchless distributions. Food lines, people are 6 feet apart. Seniors can send a proxy to pick up their food boxes to make sure that they're safe. In the warehouse for the volunteers, again, volunteers wear gloves, hand washing, sanitation, social distancing. And we are obviously continuing to monitor all CDC and local health authorities to make sure that we're in compliance with their measures. I would like to thank Supervisors Gaspar and Desmond for their tremendous support, not only leading us through this crisis, but also their tremendous support for the North County Food Bank. I'll turn it back over to Supervisor Gaspar.
Well, thank you very much, Jim. As you've heard today from our speakers, our community is coming together. Now, my heart was very happy last night to receive a phone call. I'm going to call to the podium now Steve Yang. He's a business owner locally in OB of Screwball Whiskey. He has a special announcement for us this morning.
Good morning. I'm Steve Yang, and my wife and I started Screwball Whiskey here in San Diego. So I have gone through a pandemic before. I was born in Cambodia. In the mid-'80s, there was a whole flu virus going on in Cambodia, and unfortunately, the virus contained polio. So I unfortunately caught polio and lived through it where you can't play in the playground. We have to be all isolated. And, you know, eventually the community got through it. We, through stories from my mom, my parents, how the community came together, helping each other. Hey, do you need any food? What could I do for you? Do you need electricity? Do you need hot water? and just to witness that the community that just went through civil war all came together and given anything they can off their back just to help out those who are affected by this. So as today, many of our colleagues and friends have been directly impacted by the fast-moving coronavirus. My wife and I, we were in the service industry for over a decade, owning bars and restaurants, and now we're seeing a lot of our friends, close friends, and family even that has been affected by that. And so with the California Restaurant Association that I've been a member of, we would like to said that with the restaurant care program, the California Restaurant Association is helping our industry now. The restaurant care program provide quick one-time financial support grant to restaurant employee facing hardship. They've been there for us. All the restaurant industry, they were there through happiness and sorrows. They've been there. And so on behalf of the entire Screwball family, we're honored to donate $100,000 to restaurant care. And I challenge all those San Diegans who have the means to step up and donate now. So you could text the word restaurant to 91999. And also to learn more about that, check out calrestfoundation.org/restaurant care. And also some of the communities coming together from Singly that's helping us put food packages together to Cal Spirits making hand sanitizer. Being in this industry, it's inspiring story just to see everyone coming together as we say, is one team, one dream. We could all get through this together. So thank you so much.
On behalf of the CRA and Restaurants Care, thank you so much to Screwball Whiskey. Steve, the check is inside now. No, I'm just kidding. Just one last thing. We are encouraging people to donate to Restaurants Care on the San Diego Restaurant Week.com website. We'll have links up to that. So for more information on that. And again, just one last thing I'd like to say about restaurants. Phil alluded to it. We're extremely safe environments. On a day-to-day basis, we're regulated by the county health department. And now with the CDC, we're practicing social distancing. We've increased our parts per million on sanitizers. We're doing more and more to make people feel safe. So it is a safe environment to get takeout and delivery. Jim talked about the San Diego Food Bank as far as food. Restaurants are also exempt because we know people need food. So again, thanks to the supervisors, and thank you very much for all you do, and we'll get through this on the other side. Thank you.
Jeff, let's challenge everyone that is actually in a financial situation like some of the grocery stores and some of the other larger institutions that are really actually taking care of everyone in our city, and like Costco and all those other places. Please, this is a very good foundation, and it's able to help like one-time things for all of our employees, and it's a great thing that we've started. As a restaurant owner and as part of the CRA, we have done a lot of donating and taking care of our people. Now, I think it's time for everyone to truly step up, in a sense, to make sure that we can take care of our staff. Thank you.
One last thing, on SanDiegoRestaurantWeek.com, normally we promote just our CRA member restaurants. This is a community effort. We want to help everybody. So any restaurant, any food facility that's doing takeout, delivery, selling gift cards, make sure you go onto that website and let the general public know how they can help you, what to do. We want to do this together. Let's fight this together. Thank you again.
Wow, thank you, Steve. Well, Jim Flores always says that peanut butter is the perfect food, but Steve with Screwball Whiskey may have just upped the ante a little bit with what he has to offer. We need your help calling all San Diegans. Order food to go. I've heard Takeout Tuesday is going to be really popular this week. Give money to your favorite nonprofit. Take care of these restaurant workers through wonderful foundations like Restaurants Care. Check on a neighbor. Reconnect with an old friend. Have a local beer or Screwball whiskey, and spread the word about the incredible resources available to all San Diegans. While we may be quarantined or 6 feet away, please know you are not alone in this journey. San Diego will come out more resilient, stronger and healthier than before. Thank you for joining us today.
It's Screwball spelled with a K, Skrewball, and then Steve Yang, Steve. Last name is Yeng, and Brittany is Brittany. So,
Your last name is Y-E?
yes, Yeng. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, we need a big check.
That's gonna make you feel good.
Thanks again. Thank you very much, you too.